Dana Mayor de Blasio was all smiles and all too willing to answer questions about a new initiative to provide internet service to people in public housing. But when I tried to ask him about the corruption probes, he shut it down and walked out. Mr. Mayor, what are your thoughts about the two grand juries that are hearing corruption charges involving you and your administration? You're not going to talk about it?
No, I'm not today.
Why?
I'll talk to you next week.
Two more failed attempts at getting the mayor to talk about the criminal probes of his fundraising practices.
You guys, you can ask all you want, but that's for another setting.
And then the man who vowed to be the most transparent mayor ever left the room. He didn't run, he walked, but the effect was the same. A blatant refusal to talk about reports that witnesses are being called by state and federal prosecutors examining how the mayor raised campaign cash for himself to help defeat Senate Republicans and to push sacred cow agenda items like universal pre-K. The investigations reportedly center on the mayor and some of his top aides, including Emma Wolf and fundraiser Ross Offinger. They seek to determine if donors got favors in exchange for cash. The mayor's decision to clam up all the more surprising since earlier on a radio show where he apparently feels more comfortable, he offered a spirited defense.
We did things the right way and by the law. We never provided any undue favors or anything for anybody who was a donor. We made decisions on the merits.
As to the probes, the city lease for the Water's Edge restaurant in Queens is reportedly being looked at. Questions raised about whether owner Harendra Singh got favorable treatment after he and his family members donated over $54,000 to de Blasio. Singh is reportedly a key witness in the indictment of Nassau County Executive Edward Mangano. Real estate investor Jonah Recknitz is another potential witness against City Hall.
We're talking about, as I said, this announcement in HUD. If anyone else wants to ask, otherwise we'll be done.
De Blasio's legal problems are an important issue. Today, reporters had no choice but to ask off-topic questions because the self-proclaimed transparent mayor is rarely taking on-camera questions, usually just once a week. Now, that's a dramatic departure from Mike Bloomberg, who did it 3 or 4 times a week, and so did former mayors Giuliani and Dinkins. Ed Koch sometimes had, I can't believe this, 3 or 4 press conferences every day.
He wanted to know, how am I doing?
And he got the answer 4 times a day.
Thank you, Marcia.